Paris Saint-Germain have just one thing on their minds, and that is to ensure that that coveted place in the knockout stages is theirs after 90 minutes. They have the luxury of knowing it is in their own hands. 3 points would be plenty to see them through. However, anything less than that, and it could become precarious. The look on the faces of the players, nothing but utterly focused. They know what they have to do. A big performance now will count. And we have in front of us this gloriously imposing arena, absolutely picture-perfect for a game of this nature. Paris Saint-Germain are a team on a mission. Maximum points, and they're on to bigger and better things.
Well, Peter, the question that comes to mind is how much do they want it? These players know that this could be the gateway for bigger things.
Looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. And it's hoisted clear. Loses his balance and loses the ball. And they've got it back as soon as they gave it away.
It can only get better, this. We haven't seen a shot yet, and I'm hoping that when we do, it'll spark a whole series of them because it needs livening up.
Hakimi. Paris Saint-Germain need a win here to make it through. They've managed to get it away.
Dembele really got caught in a trap there, and he just couldn't get out.
I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Gets wrestled off the ball. Great strength, too strong for his opponent.
Atletico Madrid have opted to really stretch the game now.
Yeah, that's pretty evident, but what's their thinking?
It looks as if the opposition are happy to defend the width of the 18-yard box, trying to remove that compactness.
Pings it out wide. Well, he's got the ball glued to his feet. And here's Dembele. Dembele! A really close shave, and the last action of the first half. So both sides have drawn blanks. They have toiled at times, but it's not been a bad game by any means. What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Unspectacular, but solid, and that solidity could yet be the foundation for them to go on and win.
Paris Saint-Germain head to the dressing room, not yet having broken through. Tight, cagey game. Neither team any further forward than they were when they started out. So we're just settling back into this second half.
Paris Saint-Germain playing well with lots of opportunities and plenty positives to take from the first half. Despite this scoreline, converting chances would make a world of difference for them.
Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Cut out in the nick of time. He's made sure that that won't get through. Well, the pressure is relentless. It's a very, very high press.
Yeah, because it's all about winning the ball back at the earliest opportunity, a trigger by one player for the others to follow, and designed to force opposition mistakes.
Has a hit! A potential goal of the season contender, if only.
Well, the run was really impressive. The finish was depressive, and expectations were not met.
Questions were asked, but he's given the answers. Tries to get it forward quickly. Llorente drives it forward. And back to base. Marquinhos. Forward it goes.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
It'll be a throw-in. It's gone out for a throw-in. And here, it's Dembele! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Dembele really must have felt he had the measure of the keeper.
And that's that. Frustrating game for attackers on either side. They hardly had a sniff. Defence is broadly in charge, and it has finished goalless. Your final thoughts, Jim?
Well, a decent draw, Peter, with a good mix of action and plenty of talking points, and it ended with the right result, in my opinion.
Well, all observers are agreed on this. It is the point where the competition gets really serious. Top teams now fielding their best available lineups in front of big crowds. A lot of noise, great expectation, and the sense that the possibility of silverware is at hand. This is a big chance. We are in this super stadium for a super club, truly one of the iconic buildings of 21st century sport, the Allianz Arena. Well, there is a perceptibly greater sense of urgency from both sides here, with a place in the last four on the line.
Well, look, when you reach this stage of the competition, you begin to think you can go the distance. Now, the big characters in either dressing room will be stressing the need to find whatever it takes to get through. Has everyone got the substance and character to make it happen? These are the questions that both of these sides have to answer today, and one side will obviously do it that bit better.
The action has already started. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Yeah, Mohamed Salah. And it's mainly because of his frightening pace. He's a huge threat when he's running at defenders, but he's also proved in recent times that he's a top-class finisher. Opposition defences are going to have to be wary about playing a high line, because there's nothing this guy relishes more than space to run into, and once he gets there, he's gone.
I think the opposition defence agree too. He's going to be the source of so many of their headaches. Shoots! Another chance! Goal! Galatasaray! And Galatasaray have the lead. Great reactions in front of goal. He just saw what was on.
Oh, look, there's only one player who merits all the praise for that. Not only did he finish it, but his instincts for being where he was are absolutely top-notch.
Galatasaray take the lead, landing the first significant blow in what is certainly... Chiesa has been caught there, it's a foul. Attempts to play it through. Gundogan. Oh, that's nice. Ball's loose, who's getting there? And he has been fouled there. Well, the ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances. Oh, that is asking for trouble. Quick ball forward. And we hit half-time. So there you have it, a close-fought half of football, but one that still had its moments, but ultimately produced just one goal. A more than decent game up to now.
Well, they definitely won't be happy with that half. They seem to lack a bit of desire, especially going forward. It wouldn't surprise me to see a change or two.
Here we go again.
I think they've got to go out at the start of this second half now and set a tone that smacks of intent and determination. Should they manage it, I think they can find a way back.
Forward it goes. Finds himself eased off the ball. Chiesa. Could be Isak! And he's there to make a great save.
Isak really must have felt he had the measure of the keeper then, but how wrong he was.
Good challenge, he just stood firm. It could be... Has a hit! Could fall kindly. Good stop, that wasn't easy.
Oh, that's a sparkling save. Absolutely sparkling. His reflexes were ultra sharp.
Decent attempt, but not quite good enough.
That was good defensive pressure to give him less manoeuvring room.
Tries to get it clear. And the defence can get it clear. Lobs it in gently. Towering header! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
Oh, it was such a clever pass that flummoxed the defence, and it could well be revisited, this.
Someone looks like he's in need of protection here.
Well, there's certainly a coordinated attempt to shut him down, which is, I suppose, a natural response.
Well, that's where he wants it. It's a long ball, but it's not hit its target. Torreira. And it's played forward. Pretty robust, but it's got the job done. Well, the defence got the better of him this time, but I'm sure he'll go again. And here's Mohamed Salah. He's left his man. Sanchez is there to heave it away. Gundogan hoists it forward. The leveller or the knockout blow. Either way, it's got to happen right away.
They need something heroic now, or a lucky break, or a kind refereeing decision. Anything. Liverpool need to give it everything they have, kitchen sink included.
Chance to shoot! That's it! They are out! Liverpool are out. A genuine blow to players and to fans. They are heading for home. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
And a premature exit from their viewpoint, though there are positives to be taken. It's both sad and satisfying.
So we're down to the last 8. The competition, you sense, rapidly heading towards its big climax. A dash for the finishing line, the showpiece final. Welcome to our live coverage on quarter-final day. It is good to have you with us, and you can see that the atmosphere is building very nicely. Super noise, grand level of expectation, and that is only rising as we head towards kick-off time. It is a venue this which simply adds to the spectacle of the game it stages. One of the most impressive arenas in this part of the world. Well, there is a perceptibly greater sense of urgency from both sides here, with a place in the last 4 on the line.
All the 8 sides still left here are perfectly entitled to think they have a good shot at this, Peter. It is quite an atmosphere here, and that's clearly raised the bar in terms of expectations from the crowd. They genuinely think, or certainly the feel is, that they'll get to see the game of the tournament.
Things have got underway here pretty promptly. Gets good distance on it. Atletico Madrid get it back again. Griezmann. Lookman tries a shot! Oh, he did the hard part right, but fluffed the finish.
It's easy to say it, but difficult to stop it when runs in behind are being made like that.
Lookman! And it's Griezmann. Griezmann crosses. Well, the crowd clearly like what they just saw. Some real no-nonsense defending. Tries to get it forward quickly. Bayern Munich are playing with a pleasing width here.
Especially that front line.
Is it working for you?
It's not movement for the sake of it, and yes, it is working for me. There's a purpose to create space.
Here it comes. Oh, well played, he saw that coming. It's got through and shot at goal! Tar hoists it forward, dashing forward at pace. Oh, that's neat. It's a fabulous position. Goretzka. And the referee brings the first half to a close. So neither team has broken through, but certainly not for the want of trying. It's been an interesting game up to now, but still goalless. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Yeah, and despite the scoreline, it's clear who the better side is when it comes to chances. If this is the trend that's going to continue, then there's only going to be one winner here, and I don't think it's going to take too much improvement for it to happen.
Interesting half, just missing goals, so don't be surprised if the second half brings a change to the scoreline at the break, 0-0. Well, the action has already resumed here.
Atletico Madrid clearly have been the better side for me. Yeah, I know the score doesn't quite reflect it, but if they go about their game in the same manner as the opening 45 minutes, things really should improve.
Bayern Munich keeping their men at arm's length here.
Yeah, I just think it's a conservative move to deny runners the opportunity of going beyond that rear guard.
Well positioned to make that interception. Jimenez. Very few chances to talk of, Jim. Defence is, it seems, on top here.
Well, I think it's a fair reflection on what we've seen so far. Neither side has produced that many efforts at goal simply because respective defences have been strong.
It's Griezmann! Oh, what a wonderful stop!
Griezmann simply didn't do anything wrong. He was thwarted by brilliance.
And that's a throw-in. He's pinged one through here. Goretzka, can he deliver? Plays it back, and that's sprayed out wide. And it's Goretzka, over to the left. He has it out wide now. There's the delivery.
Bayern Munich showing a good level of intensity at this stage. They're calling on all their resources now.
Griezmann.
Well, both sides might have to settle for a draw here, although there's still a chance for one last fling.
Breaks on here. That's it, we're going to get 30 minutes more.
Well, the scoreline may have a disappointing look about it, Peter, but that's where it ends. I think this game has had a real lively feel, and I'm not ready to give up on it yet.
So all square, we need a winner, and we will be back for extra time. No winner in 90, 30 more to come. Jimenez. Across the field it goes. Goretzka. Tar. And it's Kane. Kimmich. He's had a look. It is a corner. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. We've reached the midway point in extra time. And it is starting to feel as though there is an inevitability about penalties here. I'd like to think that both teams still want to win it in the final 15 minutes. The question is, can the players go that far? And if you're just back, well, the action is back underway already. Here we go then for the last time. The score still 0-0. Goretzka, now it's Kane. Kimmich.
You wonder if that's it now, but there may be one more opportunity, Peter, for a late steal here.
And that's it, nothing to separate them. It is penalties.
Yeah, maybe most were not expecting this to go the distance, Peter, but they can't complain about the graft and energy on show. I think the scoreline wasn't from the want of trying, and now it's lottery time.
It has gone the full distance and then some. It will be decided by penalties. Right on the edge. Feel the moment. Lookman first in line. And he's found the net.
Yeah, made his mind up very quickly and just didn't waver.
Coolly done, one each.
Always a little more pressure when you're trailing, but it didn't show.
So, the second man in line. Denied by the crossbar.
And the keeper knew he was beaten, so what a bonus.
Kane is the second man to step up for his team.
Well, he strolled up and struck that with great confidence. That's a superb spot kick.
Atletico Madrid in search of parity.
Oh, that was a great strike. He just gave the keeper absolutely no chance.
The third man in the queue.
He was always looking good there. Nice penalty.
Atletico Madrid looking to draw level. It's in, too smart for the keeper.
Looks like he's done it 1,000 times. Never looked like missing.
Oh, he saved it!
He was so focused there. Fantastic save.
Griezmann is the fifth volunteer. And he sticks it away.
I thought he did really well to hold his nerve then and score that penalty.
Bayern Munich at the point of no return. Saved it! And that's won it! So now do you believe? You have to. Just 2 more steps to glory. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
They're shaping fairly menacingly. There's an air of confidence and belief growing that'll take a bit of stopping.
Well, all observers are agreed on this. It is the point where the competition gets really serious. Top teams now fielding their best available lineups in front of big crowds. A lot of noise, great expectation, and the sense that the possibility of silverware is at hand. This is a big chance. The Mineirão, a truly impressive arena here, high up in the great altitude of Belo Horizonte. So this is where we're up to in the quarterfinals. Already plenty enough to get the juices flowing.
All the 8 sides still left here are perfectly entitled to think they have a good shot at this, Peter. It is quite an atmosphere here, and that's clearly raised the bar in terms of expectations from the crowd. They genuinely think, or certainly the feel is, that they'll get to see the game of the tournament.
Things have got underway here pretty promptly. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Yeah, Henrik Mkhitaryan. He's not the biggest, strongest or quickest, Peter, but what he lacks in physique, he certainly makes up for with a supreme footballing intelligence and great technique. He just seems to be able to see situations develop before anybody else, and he usually tends to pick the right option too.
Well, quite no argument from me on that one. Valverde gets it back. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Out to the right. Pumps it into the area. Has a hit! It's all a little short of forward momentum, lacking thrust. Mbappe! Goalkeeper's ball. Seems now to be all about width.
Well, when you have the personnel to create in wide areas, then they need to see as much of the ball as possible.
Coaxed through there. Martinez. All right on the edge of the penalty area. What's he giving here? No, the referee's judged that the offence took place outside the area. He's gone direct. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. That's a good block, but at the expense of a corner. Knocks it away. Turns and goes back. And that has been clubbed away. And it's half-time here. So both sides have drawn blanks. They have toiled at times, but it's not been a bad game by any means. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Well, they look lost for ideas and lacking in talent, which all contributes to a chronic case of impotence.
Real Madrid head to the dressing room, not yet having broken through. Tight, cagey game. Neither team any further forward than they were when they started out. And we're already back underway here.
Well, the first half didn't really produce the goals we'd have liked. Hopefully they've been saved for the second. For that to be the case, though, we'll need to see more energy and invention early on.
Forward it goes. Mbappe. Looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. Keeper sends it forward. Real Madrid get it back again. Vinicius Junior. Vinicius Junior goes looking. Mbappe. Vinicius Junior. Chelhanoglu. Plays it over to the other flank. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Looking cross-field, changing the point of attack. And he's there to clear it.
Inter merit full marks for their attitude and application in trying to win this. It means an awful lot, obviously.
Mbappe. Vinicius Junior. "90 minutes up, and we will be back for extra time."
Well, 0-0 doesn't offer a fair reflection of what we've seen. The game's been vibrant. I think the atmosphere has remained buoyant, and we just need the scoreline to step into line.
So all square, we need a winner, and we will be back for extra time. And if you're just back, Well, the action is back underway already. Hoists it forward. Clears it out of harm's way. Chance to shoot. Deflected behind for a corner kick. Defending of the desperate variety. And it's Mkhitaryan. Tries to switch the play. That's it for the first period of extra time. Well, you have to accept that penalties are now a realistic possibility. I hate to think that either side is settling for that, given what a lottery penalties can be. But the players are evidently tired, and it may come to that. Well, we are already up and running again. 15 minutes to find a winner, or else penalties. Lovely bit of skill. Finds himself eased off the ball. Great strength, too strong for his opponent. He's left his man. It's a fine run and he's happy to keep going. Cross deflected over the goal line for a corner. They've managed to get it away. It has got through to him. Çalhanoğlu. It is now or never. Time is against them. The final whistle and confirmation, we are headed for penalties.
Yeah, I think both defences will receive the plaudits for respective clean sheets, but the players have run and worked to the point of exhaustion, so nobody will be questioning their appetite to get it won.
So after 2 long hours, it comes down to nerve, to technique under pressure, to penalties. Boy, you can feel the tension. Vinicius Junior steps up to take the first one. No, he's hit the crossbar!
And the keeper knew he was beaten, so what a bonus.
And so the captain steps up.
Well, it's never easy to step up and take a penalty, but he slotted that home with authority.
Real Madrid looking to draw level.
Well, he strolled up and struck that with great confidence. That's a superb spot kick.
So, the second man in line. No, it's been saved!
That's a lovely stop from the keeper. He's done his teammates proud with that one.
That's how it's done. He made the keeper commit.
Yeah, made his mind up very quickly and just didn't waver.
And the keeper's come up trumps.
I think the keeper's done really well to save that, and he deserves a pat on the back from his teammates.
It's in, too smart for the keeper. 2 to the good. So it's down to him to keep it alive. Saved it! And that's He's won it! Real Madrid have got it done, through to the last four, and evidently now believing in it. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
They're shaping fairly menacingly. There's an air of confidence and belief growing that'll take a bit of stopping.
So we're down to the last 8. The competition, you sense, rapidly heading towards its big climax. A dash for the finishing line, the showpiece final. Welcome to our live coverage on quarter-final day. It is good to have you with us, and you can see that the atmosphere is building very nicely. Super noise, grand level of expectation, and that is only rising as we head towards kick-off time. And we have in front of us this gloriously imposing arena, absolutely picture-perfect for a game of this nature. Well, there is a perceptibly greater sense of urgency from both sides here, with a place in the last 4 on the line.
All the 8 sides still left here are perfectly entitled to think they have a good shot at this, Peter. It is quite an atmosphere here, and that's clearly raised the bar in terms of expectations from the crowd. They genuinely think, or certainly the feel is, that they'll get to see the game of the tournament.
And already we're underway here. Clears it out of harm's way.
Well, both sides have actually looked poor going forward. We've hardly seen anything meaningful yet.
Oh, shooting chance! Oh, it's gone in!
I can give the keeper a little sympathy here, because I think he might have been slightly unsighted. However, credit where it's due, it's still a fine finish from a tight spot.
Arsenal take the lead, landing the first significant blow in what is certainly a significant contest.
I think they've gone about their business with the opener very much in mind, and this augurs well now.
Dinks one in, neatly flicked on. And he's there to cut it out. Oh, it's beautiful, intricate passing. They are toying with their opponents.
Well, they know that their version of what they do is extremely good. I mean, it's a level of possession that leaves the opposition chasing shadows.
Forward it goes. Hardly anything between the sides, and the score is 1-0. And he heaves it forward. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. And there we are, off they go for half-time. The breakthrough did indeed come in the first half, but there has only been that one goal. It is very, very tight.
Well, that certainly pleased the fans, and the players are definitely happy with that scoreline. The question is now, can they protect it?
Arsenal head for the dressing room in possession of a 1-0 lead. That gets things going for the second half. A solitary goal, that has been the crucial difference. Maddison. Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one. And he's there to clear it.
Yeah, it looks like a change of approach, and it may just freshen things up.
He's making good use of his strength there, just refuses to be out-muscled.
This defence is wary about opposition pace.
Has a pop! Goal! And this is getting better and better. Well, that always looked the likely outcome.
Yeah, it looks simple, Peter, but it requires intelligent use of space and good understanding to pull it off.
His second of the game, and an eye now for the hat-trick. Arsenal grab a couple of goals without reply. It's 2-0.
Well, at 1-0 this contest was still nicely poised, but now that it's gone to 2, mindsets are affected a lot more. Winning belief one way and that losing feeling the other.
Maddison has a hit, dispatched clinically, and they are dragging it back. Game on again. And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
Well, the instruction from the manager would have been, go on and make yourself a nuisance and see if you can snatch a goal. Mission accomplished.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
Well, it was important they didn't get ahead of themselves and lose their discipline. This game plan could now well reward them with an equaliser.
Could be a chance here. Tries a shot! And that would have won it.
Oh, and a real chance to pile on the pressure, and he'll be desperate to get another.
Well, it is a narrow lead, but they are clinging on to it right now. Now just moments away from a semi-final place. Five minutes left on the clock. Almost there, and the players can feel it.
Tottenham Hotspur have a simple task to find something sustained now and keep the pressure on.
It's being played forward. And out to safety. Could move up a gear here. Can't get the better of his opposite number. And that's that. And on to the semi-final. Another hurdle cleared. Next up, the penultimate step. So, Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
Well, the result matters more than the performance. This team can grind and keep grinding.
Well, welcome to you and to our coverage of semi-final day. It has to be said, we have an atmosphere here that is really buzzing. Both teams terrifically well represented, fans hopeful, expectant. As well they might be, there is no shortage of belief on either side that it will be their team at the expense of the other, their team alone, which will be lifting the trophy come the final. The Saitama Stadium looking a terrific picture as always, one of Asia's best purpose-built stadia. So it's a straight shootout for the final, that's what we're going to see. There's nowhere, Jim, you would rather be.
A game some may argue with justification as being harder than the final itself, Peter. I can certainly attest to that from my own experience. While you do everything to tell yourself you shouldn't get too ahead of things, it's actually harder than it seems. But it's looking like a terrific occasion here. Let's just hope we have a game to match all of this wonderful expectation.
We have already started here. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Yeah, Koke. He's the kind of midfield player who can do a bit of everything. He's got wonderful technical ability, but also boundless energy and enthusiasm. If things start drifting away from this team at any point, they can rely on him to take things by the scruff of the neck and get them right back into it.
Okay, interesting. And it's Gundogan. Goes down, but nothing given. Seems now to be all about width.
Well, when you have the personnel to create in wide areas, then they need to see as much of the ball as possible.
Now a chance to break. And there's a long ball. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. Oblak sends that a long way. Griezmann plays a clever pass. Sanchez can get it clear. Deflected behind for a corner kick. Defending of the desperate variety. Half-time in the semi-final. So neither team has broken through, but certainly not for the want of trying. It's been an interesting game up to now, but still goals. So your views on the first half?
It's been a pretty abject performance. No efforts at goal. I'm struggling to remember the last time we had that.
An intriguing half, lacking only in goals. The score 0-0. And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half.
At least there's always a plus side to a scoreless half. Defences are doing what they should, and it's going to take good imagination to break the deadlock here.
He's making a real surge on the left. Floats one over. Lookman looking to get on the end of this. Oh, good interception. Oblak gets it upfield. Sanchez. Very few chances to talk of, Jim. Defence is, it seems, on top here.
Yes, 0-0 and little promise of a goal due to the shot-shy nature of this contest, but I'm not giving up on it. There's plenty energy on the pitch, not to give up hope just yet.
That is terrific skill. Has a hit! Oh, there was plenty on that.
Oh, look, I don't want to sound too dismissive, but from here, that looked the harder thing to do.
good challenge, he just stood firm. Hoists it forward, and it's played forward. Gundogan.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
And it's Sane.
Look, this can still go either way. It might be flowing one way, but there's still time for some ebb.
Hoists it high, and help's available out wide. One good cross, maybe the last chance. Oh, shooting chance! That's it, we're going to get 30 minutes more.
Well, 0-0 doesn't offer a fair reflection of what we've seen. The game's been vibrant. I think the atmosphere has remained buoyant, and we just need the scoreline to step into line.
So a brief breather, and then extra time. Well, we are already up and running again. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. Lookman. Sane tries to stroke it through. Jimenez. Extra time reaches half-time. You have to accept that penalties are now a realistic possibility. You hate to think that either side is settling for that, given what a lottery penalties can be. But the players are evidently tired, and it may come to that. And we are already back underway. So, for the last time, who dares to win? Nicely controlled. Llorente tries making a foray down the right. Knocks it away.
Atletico Madrid look completely out of sorts when it comes to crucial moments, Peter. They've lost composure and that killer instinct.
Looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. Gundogan. The final whistle and confirmation, we are headed for penalties.
Yeah, I think both defences will receive the plaudits for respective clean sheets, but the players have run and worked to the point of exhaustion, so nobody will be questioning their appetite to get it won.
Now the time for brave hearts and strong minds. Real tension here then as the first man readies himself. It is so important to score the first one. Keeper's read that beautifully.
He was so focused there. Fantastic save.
Lookman next in line, and here he is.
Brilliantly done. Never took his eye off the keeper either.
Galatasaray looking to draw level.
He was always looking good there. Nice penalty.
So, the second man in line. Oh, what a save!
Well, that's great concentration from the keeper and a wonderful save.
The third man in the queue.
Looks like he's done it 1,000 times. Never looked like missing.
Up steps Mr. Dependable. It's in, too smart for the keeper.
Yeah, made his mind up very quickly and just didn't waver.
He steps up to take the fourth penalty. That's how it's done. He made the keeper commit.
Yeah, it's a guessing game for the keeper and he guessed wrong.
And he sticks it away. It's 3 apiece. And so the captain steps up. Keeper's gone the wrong way.
Good penalty, completely wrong-footed the keeper.
Atletico Madrid must score to keep their hopes alive. Saved! And there's your hero! They have made it, and they've deserved to make it. A fabulous cup run has gone all the way to the final day. Your reflections then, Jim?
Well, they passed that test in flying colours, and they have every reason to believe that they can go all the way now.
Four teams. We're down to the last four then, the penultimate round in this fine competition. The two teams ahead of us here have their eyes firmly fixed on the grand prize. They both believe it is within their compass. Having come this far, they're entitled to believe that. The competition has provided us with a lot of drama up to this point, and I'm sure there is plenty more to come before it reaches its ultimate climax. The world-famous Camp Nou in Barcelona, a stadium fit for the grandest of occasions. So it's a straight shootout for the final. That's what we're going to see. There's nowhere, Jim, you would rather be.
Well, one of the occasions of the calendar, and in an atmosphere to match. We may well see a high-octane contest where both really look to test respective defences. I sincerely hope we avoid the alternative, which is a potential game of chess. Nobody wants that. It deserves much more.
If you're just joining us, we are already underway. Oh, well played, he saw that coming. And the through ball is intercepted. Tries to get it forward quickly. Hoists it forward. It's out of play, and it is a goal kick. Rice.
Just to point out, Peter, that the fullbacks are quite high.
And what do they try to achieve?
Well, it's obviously a move to push the opposition wide men back and give them more to think about.
Precious little by way of goalmouth action yet. And it's played forward. Yeah, it's been intercepted, and that will come to nothing. Alexander-Arnold. Alaba. And the semi-final reaches halfway. So both sides have drawn blanks. They have toiled at times, but it's not been a bad game by any means. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Well, this has proved a very frustrating day so far, especially for the strikers. Nothing has been created for them. I think the service has been extremely poor.
An intriguing half, lacking only in goals. The score 0-0. And we're already back underway here.
At least there's always a plus side to a scoreless half. Defences are doing what they should, and it's going to take good imagination to break the deadlock here.
Vinicius Junior. Vinicius Junior! Goal! Real Madrid have made their breakthrough, so can they build on it? That's great strength on the ball. Away from immediate danger. The ball has crossed the line, and it's a throw. Lovely feet, played into the middle. That's well blocked, and back out it comes.
Arsenal showing a little more urgency now, and to be honest, Peter, this is what's required.
Well, this isn't the time to talk about risks now, Jim, is it? They just have to hurl everything at it and hope for a break.
Spot on, Peter.
Mbappe. Great strength, too strong for his opponent. Forward it goes. Saka. Just a quarter of an hour to play. Hardly anything between the sides. And the score is 1-0.
There's a real appetite from them to finally put this game to bed, but will they?
Vinicius Junior! Oh, and that should have been two.
Oh, and a real chance to pile on the pressure, and he'll be desperate to get another.
Rice hoists it forward. It is just a question of running down the clock now. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Valverde, and it's played forward, cuts it out. Here comes the corner. And it's hoisted clear. Whistle's gone, and they've got themselves a free kick. goal! Oh, that is lovely footwork. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. They have made it, and they've deserved to make it. A fabulous cup run has gone all the way to the final day. How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
Well, to go this far, it has to be on merit with substance. And this is more evidence of worthy contesters.
So here we go, the final act in what has been a competition that has entranced us throughout, never short on drama or emotion or talking points. This year's edition certainly does more than hold up to its predecessors. It seems this is the game in which everybody is keen to play a part. The stands are washed with colour, proud renditions of their songs from either end. It really does have all the ingredients of a top final. This stadium has that feel of a genuine Colosseum. It could only be Rome. Two teams, Jim Beglin, with one common thought: to have their names on this famous trophy.
Bringing back memories for me, Peter. A chance to have your name in the club's history. Having had the privilege of experiencing this a fair few times in my own career, there really is nothing that compares. Once you get there, you want to keep coming back. I still feel like that now.
So, just who will seize their moment?
Look, we can only hope for a final that will be free-flowing and end-to-end and highly entertaining, but fear of defeat can often dominate emotions, so don't be surprised if it gets nervy and tense.
Alaba.